The NASCAR Winston Cup Series makes its first stop on the West Coast at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the running of the UAW Daimler-Chrysler 400. I'm your commentator and driver of the number 21 Rockwell Automation Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Mikey McBlam, and it's time to put all the chips on the table. 43 drivers are ready to test their luck at the first mile and a half on the schedule, each one hoping that they'll be the one to go home with the jackpot, over $250,000. Who will luck favor today? It's time to find out as we take time to pause for the national anthem and give the command to start engines here on McBlam Racing.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
The engines have fired here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and the pace car will lead us around the track. We'll pass it over to MRN to see how they will line up for the start.
Let's see how they'll line up for the start. In the front row are the Dale Jr. Chevrolet and the Altel Ford. In the second row are the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge and the GM Goodrich Service Plus Chevrolet. Starting the race from row 3 are the Mark Martin Ford and the DuPont Chevrolet. The fourth row has the Tin Car and the Dodge dealers UAW Dodge. Starting the race from row 5 will be the 161 car and the 46 car. Sterling Marlin, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will start towards the front. In row 7 are the 41 car and the 21 car. Starting the race from row 8 are the Kodak Chevrolet and the Caterpillar Dodge. And in row 9 are the Pennzoil Chevrolet and the 27 car. Starting in row 10 will be the 63 car and the Rubbermaid Ford. In row 11 are the 149 car and the Singular Wireless Chevrolet. In row 12 are the 36 car and the 26 car. Row 13 finds the Lowe's Chevrolet and the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. The 14th row has the Interstate Batteries Pontiac and the Home Depot Pontiac. In row 15 are the UAW Delphi Chevrolet and the 143 car. Starting the race from row 16 are the Team Rusty Ford and the DeWalt Power Tools Ford. Row 17 has the Citgo Ford and the 135 car. Starting in row 18 will be the Square D Chevrolet and the Haviland Ford. In row 19 are the Kellogg Chevrolet and the Sprint Dodge. In row 20 are the 98 car and the Tide Ford. Back in row 21 we have the 111 car and the America Online Chevrolet. And rounding out the field is the 16 car.
And that's how they'll line up for the start here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Let's go ahead and get this race underway.
DW, it's going to be hot, it's going to be slick. Reach up there, pull those belts tight. One more time, baby.
Green flag.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys.
Number 22, Napa. Still beside you.
Already being very aggressive as we make a move on Rich Jimmy Spencer down into turn 1. He's going to try to look to our inside, but we're going to have the speed coming off of 4 to just really pull up on these guys as they're almost trying to make it 3 wide. Looks like for the top 10 spot, Jimmy Spencer all over our back bumper as we slide up the track a little bit. Ooh, Spencer gets loose as we're trying to get around Dale Jarrett and Scott Wimmer. Spencer makes a move on the high side. Not a lot of places for us, not a lot of room for us to race here, not a lot of places for us to go. We're just going to have to wait till these guys spread out just a little bit as we start to catch up to Dale Jarrett here. Here's Scott Wimmer battling on our outside. And we just can't get the momentum off the turn. As Jimmy Spencer gets right back by us, we fall back to our qualifying spot. Good run into turns 3 and 4 that time. Little contact to Scott Wimmer as we move to his inside. Here comes the 4 car, trying to make it 3 wide in the middle. He thinks better of it, backs out of it. As we've dropped back to 15th. There's just nowhere for us to go. As we get hung up once again off of turn 4, falling back to 16th now. Here comes Amy Hicks, who started 19th. He just blows by us on the outside, but we should be able to... Ooh, contact. We pushed up the track just a little bit. Trying to work our way around this fantasy car, but here comes Amy Hicks battling back on the outside. Aggressive racing already going on in the early laps of this race. Racing like it's 10 laps to go just about. And we just can't get the run off the turn as the way these other guys are getting it. 5 seconds back from the leader. Falling back to 17th as we try to make it move inside of Kurt Busch. I didn't recognize the paint scheme just then, but I thought that was the fantasy driver. We shot up the track just a little bit, and we got a smoker up ahead. It's the number 4 of Jeff Purvis. Oh boy, we're going to have to slow down a little bit here. We're going to have to just try to be careful. We don't want to wreck because Purvis is going to try to move down the track eventually. And there he goes. He moves down to the bottom of the racetrack. Jeff Purvis out of the race on lap 6. As we're trying to make our way back around Amy Hicks, try to get back up to where we started at least. But they just get such a run off the turn. Here comes Jimmy Johnson. Look at Johnson. Johnson, who started back in, I think, in the 30s. He's already moved up here as we're trying to make a run to the outside of Amy Hicks. Here comes Jimmy Johnson looking to the inside. We're going to try to side draft them, keep them a little bit pinched down the way these other guys have been trying to keep us pinched down. 20 to go. So try to make our way to the inside of Amy Hicks. Can't quite get there. She pulls a little bit of a block, and we pull a little bit of a block on Jimmy Johnson, trying to keep him behind us. Ooh, boy, shoved up the track just a little bit, overdrove that, and there's Heartbreak going down pit road. And we just can't keep Jimmy Johnson behind. Ooh, little loose off of 4 that time. Had to chase the back end of the car a little bit. We're going to try to get around Johnny Benson here. Should not be an issue, but look at Johnson. Johnson also making an aggressive move to the inside of Benson. As now we're trying to catch up to the fantasy driver here. Oh boy, Johnson all over our inside. I don't know that we can... We're going to try to keep him pinned behind this fantasy car here. We're going to try to make a pass on the outside, which we're side drafting him through the front stretch. We moved up to 15th spot. Let's see if we can make the move to the outside. And we're going to get back into the 14th starting spot. Slightly. Can we clear him? Can we clear him? Not quite as we go down the back straightaway, getting a little bit of a push from Jimmy Johnson. And we clear him going into 3 and 4 this time. Now catching up to Scott Wimmer. I keep wanting to call him Frank Kimmel because that's who started in that 46, but that's Scott Wimmer. All right, so we're going to try to run some qualifying laps here, see if we can make our way through this field. As we just have such a run in the center of the turn, but we just can't get the run off. They just have so much speed coming off the turn. And some of that just may be due to the fact that, oh, Swimmer comes down to block us, and we're just all over his back bumper, moving him up the racetrack. And look at Stewart. I kind of knew Stewart wouldn't stay back there. Stewart, my voice cracked, by the way. Stewart started back in, I think, like the mid-30s, I believe. Ooh, as we shot up the racetrack just a little bit, just to get Scott Wimmer out of our way, kind of showing a little bit of displeasure there as we have to fight this tight race. We're kind of, it's not tight, it's just we're chasing the back end. I don't know if we can keep Jimmy behind us very long. Yeah, we're starting to lose grip a little bit here, so we're going to have to make sure we come down pit road as soon as possible. Oh man, we are really loose. We get into Tony Stewart. Stewart sideways. He saves it. We save it. Scott Wimmer goes by. Here comes Rusty Wallace, who's going to go by. We're going to drop back a few spots. And look at, is this Ricky Rudd behind us? Ricky Rudd started 38th, and he's already moved up into the top, what, 17. Yeah, we just got really loose off of 4 that time. Pit stops are starting to happen already. We're going to make our way down pit road. Next time by, we're going to try to get out of these guys' way as they're coming down. We're going to go ahead and come down next time by. Ooh, yeah, we got really loose again. It's just something about turn 4. It's just really hard to handle the car off of turn 4 all of a sudden. I think that just might be due to the tire wear. No, back tires aren't worn that much, so it's the front ends, but just maybe due to the low downforce settings as Rusty Wallace goes around us. So we're going to try to come down pit road, hope for a clean pit stop this time by. There's Tony Stewart going on by. Hopefully we did not ruin his race too badly. We're going to take standard 4 tires and fuel. I don't think there's enough damage to be significant addition. We're going to take 4 tires and fuel and hope for a good, clean pit stop. So we're still running around 14th. Hopefully we can come out and not lose too many spots on pit road. Already a little bit slow, but actually they're doing pretty good. Oh yeah, they're doing really good. They're doing really good. We should be able to get out and away in around just under 17 seconds at this particular rate, and we do. Okay, we're out and away, falling back to 22nd. A lot of cars still haven't pitted yet, so we're just going to have to see where we shake out. So we're 27th right now, but like I said, there's our teammate, Robbie Gordon. We're going to try to catch back up to him. I don't believe Robbie has pitted yet. I believe we are a lap down. If we have, oh boy, really loose. Ooh, some trouble up ahead. Like we had some contact there with Rusty Wallace, and not sure who that other car was. We get around our teammate, Robbie Gordon. Brent Kimball's not too far behind us. Yeah, that was Jimmy Johnson and Rusty Wallace got into a little bit of a scuffle there. We should be able to get around them here. They just keep us pinched down on the bottom so much I can't slide up the racetrack. I don't want to wreck anyone, so that's what I'm trying to avoid. But they hug that bottom so well, and it's just so hard to pass here. Oh boy, man, we slid up that track quite a bit. I'm not sure what happened there, but we just slid right up the track. It's like grip just left the car altogether as we're about to work our way into the top 20, getting around Jeff Burton. And look at Michael Waltrip. Look at Michael Waltrip's up here, DEI. I believe Dale Jr. is still leading this race. As Michael Waltrip looks to our inside, can't quite get there. So it's good to know that I'm not the only one that's having difficulty passing here. It's just not easy. We got 10 laps to go. Here comes Michael Waltrip looking to our inside. Oh boy, we had to pull off an aggressive block. Waltrip saves it as we work our way around Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth up into 18th. And I probably should have gave Michael a little bit more room there, but I was trying to protect that position, and I got into him just a little bit too much, more than I really wanted to. We almost took both of us out there. Here's Jeff Burton with these fresh tires. I don't know if we can hold him off very much. Oh man! Wow. Not sure if you guys saw that there, but he just got to our corner panel and it just felt like the air left us for a little bit. We're going to drop back to 22nd. We're going to try to work our way back up into the top 20. But I think top 20 might be all we can get, as the leader is just really, really gone. I'm not sure who is behind him in second place, but the leader is just putting in some dominant laps. Dale Earnhardt Jr., I believe. So we make our way down to turn 1 and 2, but yeah, I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but he got to our inside, and it just felt like the air just kind of lifted our rear end up a little bit or something. It was a weird feeling. That's all I can say. It was just a really weird feeling as we're trying to work our way back around wow, Scott Wimmer. That is Scott Wimmer in the 46. He's trying to work his way around Johnny Benson. He does get there. We also work our way following Johnny Benson and working our way to the inside of Scott Wimmer. I don't know that we can clear. Yeah, we can't quite get. As long as he's keeping us pinched down there, we can't shoot up the racetrack like we can't slide up the racetrack like we want to. But we do clear him into turns 3 and 4. We work our way back up into the top 20. We're gonna try to see if we can catch up to these guys in the next 6 laps.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice plan.
I don't know that we can, but we're gonna give it our absolute best try. Tires are starting to wear just a little bit, but that's okay. Ooh, boy, we had to put a real big block on Scott Wimmer there. He is all over our back bumper. Trying to make that pass work, and might be trying to dish out a little bit of revenge from earlier on in the race when I moved him up the racetrack. He was trying to just repay that favor, but oh boy, we slid up the track again. Even though I know they don't have rivalry systems in this game, but I still believe there was a little bit of a hint of that. Halfway on gas. Warning as we're coming down. Going to be 4 to go this time by. We're pulling a little bit of a gap on Scott Wimmer now, but I don't think that we can really catch up to these guys. I'm pushing the car as hard as I can right now. We're running some pretty decent 21s. Running about 20, yeah, we're pushing a little bit too hard now, so we probably need to go ahead and just relax and try to maintain our position that we have right now. But yeah, we're running about, ooh boy, a little loose in the 3 that time, but we're okay. We gather it back up. Pull a little bit of a gap on Scott Wimmer. But yeah, we're running about 21s. Sorry, 21s, wow. 32s now, but yeah. Best lap is a 31.004 just about. Oh boy, got a little bit tight there. Pushing the car just a, I'm still trying to push this car, but it's just we're not going to catch up to these guys in front of us, and we just got to maintain our position right now. Just trying to hold on. Worried about that tire wear at the very end, though. Tires did not seem to be doing too well at the end of the run. We've got 2 laps left to go. The leader is really starting to catch us now. So we got to back it down to about 145 just to make it through that turn. So yeah, tires are really starting to let go now. So we're having to really get on the brakes a little bit. Now, earlier on I didn't mention this, but we were not really braking into the turns. We were just kind of letting the car roll through the center as the leader is going to take the checkered flag. I believe that was Dale Earnhardt Jr. as we were not paying attention. we should have been. I was paying attention to the track map up ahead. That was my bad. Ooh boy, I had to pull a block on Scott Wimmer. And here comes Michael Waltrip. Waltrip tries to make it 3 wide. We get the momentum off of the turn as we try to block Michael Waltrip. Here comes Scott Wimmer to the outside. We're going to try to crowd him as we try to finish in the top 20, and we get there. That's all right. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the race winner, followed by Mark Martindale, Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, and Ryan Newman. Top 5.
It was all green flag racing in this one.
Yeah, and that can be physically exhausting to these drivers. Not only do the cautions give them a chance to catch up on the racetrack, it also gives both their minds and their bodies a little break. They have all got to be drained after that one.
Unfortunately, we're out of time for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week at Atlanta.
Alright guys, so here are the race results for the UAW Daimler-Chrysler 400 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your race winner, followed closely by Mark Martin, who is 5.57 seconds back. Dale Jarrett finishes 3rd. 4th is Jeff Gordon. 5th is Ryan Newman. 6th is Kevin Harvick, our Richard Childress teammate. 7th is Sterling Marlin, the current points leader. 8th is Ricky Rudd. 9th is Bobby Labonte. And rounding out the top 10 is Amy Hicks. So how about that? Here are the rest of the drivers. Here are the rest of the results. We can pick out your favorite driver. Winner's purse of $258,000. No cautions. You see we finished 20th there. Time of race 14 minutes 16 seconds. And the average speed of about 164 miles per hour. So let's see where else. So David Green, our Richard Childress teammate, finishes 34th after starting 42nd. And got a lot of Chad Chaffin wasn't able to really move up, and we have Jeff Purvis out with a blown engine on lap 7, and Steve Park out with a problem on lap 18. And here are the points standings as of right now after Las Vegas. Mark Martin has now moved into the points lead. Dale Jr. with his win today, closely following Mark Martin. He's moved up from 4th to 2nd. Sterling Marlin has dropped from 1st to 3rd after this race. And Jeff Gordon is rounding out the top 4. Kevin Harvick's moved into the top 5 in points, our Richard Childress teammate, and we've actually dropped back to 7th. So not terrible. We're still in the top 10. So let's hope that we can stay there next week. We're 84 points back, but a lot can happen between now and then. We still have some good tracks that we can go to and do well at. Let's look at the awards for the week. The pole award goes to Dale Earnhardt Jr. He also led the most laps of the race. Moving up the most spots is Ricky Rudd. Mark Martin with the fastest lap of the race. Casey Jones is the rookie of the race, and Matt Kenseth with the most exciting pass for the race. And we now have 3 pole winners, myself, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. We would qualify for the Budweiser Shootout next year. No Jackpot 5 winners as of yet, but now Chevy has now an advantage over Ford in the manufacturing championship. And as we look at the Rookie of the Year, we are still being led by Chad Chaffin, even though he did not have the best of finishes at Las Vegas. So there you have it, guys. That is all the stats for the race, the point standings afterwards, and honestly, guys, I'm not sure how you felt about it, but I had a blast. Even though I was running back there in like mid-pack most of it, I was having fun. It was so hard to pass. It's like I could get the runs in the corners, but that's when I had to get them. I had to get them going in. But the problem was, like there was really not a lot of places I could go. It was really hard to pass. I felt like I was racing on a current modern day mile and a half, to be perfectly honest. That's how I kind of felt. The car was really loose, especially like that one spot coming off of 4, it would just snap loose on me. You saw I got into Tony Stewart and everything like that, which, hey, I hate for it. I kind of ruined his race a little bit, but I mean, I honestly, for the majority of the race, I was just having so much fun racing everyone. And that's kind of like that racing I kind of enjoy. I just kind of wish I had a little bit more speed. But we're probably going to take care of that. We do have some updates coming up, and we also have some engine stuff that's I'm going to go ahead and research. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do engine power. But we'll just have to see. I'll have to think about that. I have a few days to think about it before I, go into R&D. That engine's not going to be finished until after the Atlanta race. So we go into Atlanta Motor Speedway for the MB&A America 500 next weekend. I hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys for tuning into McBlam Racing on McBlam Entertainment, where we try to bring a little bit of enjoyment to your day every day. As always, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy these races, I do them every weekend following the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series, and I will see you at Atlanta.